I got some criticism after my first videos that in my earlier videos I implied that even with the most common cards of my collection, I like to spend time with them, enjoy them, go in depth. But then the videos I posted, the cards weren't that common. Some were valuable, some were old. But this one, the 1996-97 Collector's Choice, number 223, Danny Ferry card, is a very common card for my collection. I'd like to spend some time with it, though. I like this one, and I want to tell you why. First of all, let's talk about the set in general. The 96-97 Collector's Choice set was Upper Deck's third time producing these cards. Now, they slightly reduced the card number this season, 200 a series for an even 400 cards. That's still too many cards. These sets, they kind of feel a little bit like the early 90s sets, where it was like, keep people buying cheap packs because we have so many cards. As with their previous sets, there's a white border around the card, and this Collector's Choice logo here remains unchanged. It's that logo, it can make it hard to distinguish between the sets if you're glancing too quickly. The primary design difference that you quickly know this is 96-97 was the addition of this two-color panel on the card. You had black and a team color over here, where you had the player's name, position, and the team logo. But what makes these sets fun to collect, despite the large number of cards, were the subsets and insert sets. They were all very accessible. Nothing was too rare. So it was a nice way for young collectors to have some moments of excitement when they found something out of the ordinary. So, although largely dependent on your age during the 90s, the Collector's Choice cards were a very affordable and fun introduction to the hobby. Now this card, it's a common in a common set, but let's go to the reverse of the card. And it's being able to go back to these moments that I really don't even like overlooking my most common cards, because the reverse of this card, it takes us to a pinnacle in Danny Ferry's career. He was starting to become crucial to the Cavs in the very season before this card was printed. See, he had only started in 11 games in his whole career. And then during that 95-96 season, he was a starter in nearly every one. That information is in the fine print on the back. And his stats show it too. You can look down in all of the categories. There's this clear jump during the 95-96 season. But I really like the last sentence mentions he had a game where he scored a career-high 32 points against the Knicks. They won that game, April 11th, 96. And in the description, I want to put a link to the highlights from that game. It's really worth watching. You know, Ferry just comes into his own. He's shooting threes, aggressively driving into the paint. It's just really nice to see. And being able to relive exciting games like this one, or sometimes even just a memorable play, that's why I never overlook even my most common cards. It's nice to be reminded, like in this one specifically, of a season or a particular game where you see the potential of these players just start to shine through. I think it was worth spending time on this card. And do click that link and watch those highlights. Nice to go back to a game like that. Well, we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.